Today's project, we're going to be working on this 1998 Polaris Indy 500. It's been sitting for about 5 years. Previous owner said it was having some electrical issues. So we're going to have to figure that out. But basically, we're just going to give it a quick walk around and then start diagnosing it. Looks like we're missing the key. We're not locked up. That's good. See, 3,444 miles. It's not too bad. Brakes aren't seized. Carburetor's not seized. That's good. Little tear in the seat, but no biggie. Looks like the tunnel is in great shape. Rocky Mountain King, apparently. Got some rope back there. That's nice. But basically, we're just gonna pop the hood, start working on this thing. All right, looking pretty clean. Looks like everything's there for the most part. We actually are missing a bolt right here that holds that down, apparently. Wow, looks like a new belt. No corrosion on the clutch. Yeah, this thing is definitely looking clean. All right, well, what I'm thinking is we'll pull the plugs and check for spark and try and get spark because we have no key. So we're gonna have to hot wire this thing, and then while we're at it, we'll check compression and then kind of move on down the line from there. So we've got 2 wires in the back of the ignition switch. So we'll either have to put these together to get spark or have them separated. So let's just do that and remove a wire. We'll check spark and see what happens. Okay, got good spark. Looks like about 110, not too bad. And about the same. A little bit lower, but still looks good. Yeah, definitely smells like some old gas, but there's really not much in there, so I think we're gonna top it off with some good gas and just see if this thing fires up. Okay. All right, let's squirt a little gas in the cylinders just to see if it pops off. So I pulled the plugs and they're actually soaking wet. So we're gonna dry them out, and this thing might have just been flooded. So we're actually gonna go down here and check the drains really quick. So they might be full of fluid. There's one there and one there. Let's pop them open, see if anything comes out. Oh yeah. Wow, look at all that oil coming out. And that side too. It's puking oil. Jeez. Okay, we got the drain plugs and spark plugs back in. I didn't put any gas in the cylinders. I kind of want to see what the carburetors are doing, but not sure where all that oil came from. The reservoir is about half full, so maybe over 5 years it was just like a slow trickle. I'm not sure, but let's go ahead and try this again here. Nothing. All right, so we're not getting any gas out of our carburetors. Let's just squirt a little in the cylinders, see if it pops off at least. All right, let's give that a shot. Yep, that's what I thought. All right, sounded pretty good, but it is not getting fuel. So next step, we'll take the carburetors out and give them a good cleaning. Okay, let's start with taking this fuel hose off the carburetor. We're gonna verify and make sure this fuel pump is actually working. And nothing. Alright, so that's gonna be the first issue we'll try and tackle. We'll see what's causing that not to pump. So now we're gonna take this off and see if we can get fuel flowing from the tank. Bone dry. Let me see if I can create a suction. Huh. Yeah, there is nothing. It just feels like I'm sucking air through a straw. Yeah, that is not how it should be. So we definitely should have gotten gas coming out of that hose. I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can take a peek in here. Make sure our pickup tube is fully submerged. Let's see here. Oh, I think I see the problem. Let me go grab a magnet, one sec. Yeah, that's probably our issue right there. So the screen on that hose fell off at some point. So that hose might just be floating in there, not fully submerged in gas, or is fully submerged but sucks something up in there to cause it to be clogged. I don't know. See if I can fish that hose out of there. So I found the issue. I'll show you guys here. If you look on that back wall, as I was trying to fish the hose out of there, realized it's not even connected to anything. So what we're gonna have to do is move this air box, get it out of our way, and then we'll take that fitting out, put a new hose on it, and that might fix our issue. There we go. Yep, I'd say that's our issue. Okay, let's see if we're getting any gas now. I'd say that's working. Okay, let's try starting this thing. So it might take it a little bit to fill up the carburetors, but we'll see what happens. We're getting close. That was with choke on a little bit, so probably still filling up those bowls. Wow. This thing sounds amazing. looks of it, this thing's going to be a runner. See if the gauge lights and everything work. Alright, so we don't have an RPM gauge, so we'll look into that. No lights from what I'm seeing. Well, the carburetors aren't leaking. Everything seems to be running fairly well, so I think I'll go ahead and put the air box back in so that it's getting the right air mixture, and then track down some wires, see if I can get these gauges going. But yeah, might have to take it outside and test it out a little further. So now we're going to check voltage and see if we just have any power going to the gauges. Got the black going to the brown, red going to the yellow. So that'll tell us if we have power and what kind of voltage. Still no gauges, headlights working. Well, it's idling, sounds great, so I think we're still gonna take it for a test drive. But if you guys have any ideas of what's happening up here, leave a comment down below and we'll just address that later. The speedo is a mechanical gauge, so that might be operational. We'll find out here in a second. But the previous owner said there was electrical issues. I think that is the main one. But he told me that he replaced the voltage regulator, which is right here. So I think what happened is the old one went bad, and it allowed too much voltage to go to certain areas, like the heated grips. Those started melting, the gauges went out, and he replaced that. Now it's getting the proper voltage, but those items are still in need of repair. There we go. Let it warm up a little bit. Going to do a quick cost breakdown. So we fixed this machine without actually having to buy any parts and only paid $250 for it. So we sell it for $1,000 as is, even with the broken gauges that probably just need new bulbs, we'd be looking at a $750 profit. Let me know in the comments down below how much you guys would pay for a machine like this.